what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
My favorite ice cream, I would say, is cookies and cream.
Oh.
I love a good cookies and cream.
What's your favorite or type of music that you most listen to and most appreciate?
Oh, Lord, that's a tough one. I did grow up listening to reggae a lot, and I did grow appreciation for it. However, I would say my favorite music is from my culture, soca. I love soca music. Yeah, I do love it. I would tell anybody, any of my friends, I usually say, "Hey guys, come listen to some soca with me." I love soca.
So, Leah, I want to let you know, I'm a retired professor. You're a student. You have become the teacher. I have not heard about this, and I'm going to learn more about it. And you have started an educational process. So thank you so much. What about a memorable childhood experience? Was there something that you experienced that you would like to share?
When my family got together, all my cousins, everybody, we would get together, and my grandparents lived near the river. And it was such an awesome time because that was the one time I could be with my entire family, share stories. My family from out here in America come back home as well. And everybody was just together. When I was younger, we just had this unity about everything, and it was awesome, just being able to be surrounded by everybody. So that was one of my greatest childhood memories. I would say another one would be my youngest sister. Well, she's no longer the youngest, but
at the time she was the youngest.
At the time she was the youngest.
Yes, okay.
When she was born, she brought a lot to my life, and I love her.
How
love her
old
so
were you
much.
when she was born?
I was 8 or 9 years old when she was born.
Okay.
Because I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Okay.
That was a moment.
But that was a moment where
Yes.
you really kind of expanded your understanding of life. And,
Yes.
That's wonderful. But is there a moment that you would like to share of a challenging time in your life?
One of the biggest challenges that I had was finding myself.
Okay.
For as long as I remember, being the eldest in my
I was
siblings.
gonna ask. Okay, all right, you're the oldest.
Being the eldest in
I'm
my.
right there with you, yeah.
I always had to be brave, and I always had to be. Well, I always felt like I needed to be strong, and I always had to smile, and I always had to show them that it's okay.
You had to be the big sister.
I had to be the big sister.
Sibling, yes.
And the first chance that I had where I didn't have to be that figure for them, it took a toll on me. I was dealing with so many things that I don't know how I was to cope with it. I started getting seizures. I was having these blackout spells, and even my mom didn't know how to, deal with it. And I found myself in the hospital every so often because I was having these blackout spells. And the doctors would always say, "You're stressing yourself. You're
putting too much stress on yourself."
Too much stress on myself, and it took a lot to figure myself out. I'm still trying to do that right now.
Yes.
And it became a process. It became a process because I no longer had to take care of them. I had to deal with my emotions and my feelings and how I felt growing up without having to suppress those emotions.
Yes.
So I would definitely say finding myself and figuring out who I am as a person was a challenge.
Overcoming those symptoms that was a part of that stress and that search.
It was.
So thank you for sharing that, and I'm glad you're doing better. And
my mom's name is Denise.
Denise. Okay.
Yes. My dad's name is Sheldon.
Sheldon. Okay. Denise and Sheldon. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned your siblings. How many do you have, and what are their names?
Oh, Lord, siblings. I got we're all girls.
Oh my goodness.
All
okay.
girls.
All right. Okay.
I share a mom and a dad. Mom and dad with two of my siblings. They're Shanakwar and Shakaila. We all share that sh in front of our names.
Okay.
And then on my dad's side, I have Shania.
Oh my Good.
Yes. Yeah, I was just speaking to her this morning. All of them are a little crazy. Shania. And then on my mom's side, the youngest of my siblings now, she's a year old, Dahlia. I had the
What is it, honey?
Dahlia.
Dahlia. Okay.
Yes, I had the opportunity
Beautiful
of naming.
names.
I named her.
Ah!
I got to name her, and that was awesome for me.
That's
That was
wonderful.
amazing. You know.
Yes.
Mm.
What about significant relatives like your aunts and uncles and so on? Is there anybody that you would like to mention?
I would actually, my aunts and my cousins that I'm staying with right now. I am very appreciative of them, and I am so glad that I have them because they play a vital role in me being here today. You know, if it wasn't for my cousin and my aunt reaching out to me, because I was staying in New York before I came here, and they opened up their home to me when I needed it the most, and they have taken care of me since I've been here. I have never want for anything. I have food on the table, clothes on my back, and you know they have been a pillar for me since I got here. You know, and I'm really grateful and I'm really thankful for them. I don't tell them that enough.
Okay.
I definitely need to tell them that.
And they will see this and they will have a record of it. And yes,
I
tell
need.
them more. Would you be able to share their names?
So my auntie's name is Hyacinth.
Nice name.
My cousin that reached out to me originally, her name is Shelly Ann.
Okay. All right.
And I'm just so grateful for them.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you. Why are you here?
I am here to pursue an education, to make something of myself, to set an example for not just my sisters, but young girls in my country who believe like this is a journey that we can do, that it is possible. And I'm here, I'm living proof that we could leave Trinidad and Tobago and we can come here and we can build a future for ourselves, we can further our education, we can make it possible. I graduated high school in 21. And so in Trinidad you have fifth form, and then you have sixth form and upper sixth.
Forms.
Yes, so
Okay.
we have, they call form, which was another thing that I had to understand out here. You'll have elementary, middle school, like,
Yes,
I was
high
like, wait,
school.
where does that fall?
Yes.
I was determined I was not going to do the other 2 years of school.
Okay.
So I graduated in 21, and now I had to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And as I said, I needed to get away. So I remember sitting down with my mom and I was talking to her, trying to figure out what is my next step. And my mom was encouraging me. So whatever, she allowed us to make those decisions for ourselves. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to apply for schools away in different countries and see what that can take me. And I applied for schools in America. I applied for schools in England as well.
Oh, goodness.
And I applied for maybe like 15 to 20 schools.
Nice. That's
And
a good way to do it.
And I only heard back from 5 of them.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's fine. So the schools that I got accepted into, I kept in contact with them. I figured out what I needed and the process that I needed to go through in order to transition from Trinidad and Tobago into the United States of America. And the school that I chose to go all the way with was the University of Cincinnati.
Okay.
I had gotten a scholarship for that school, and I was like, it would make it easier because my mom was the one to have to pay. And
Yes.
at this point in time, she was a single mom.
Got you.
So,
Okay.
yes.
That's tough. Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a year out from school. I'm going to go to work, and I'm going to save money and, to be able to put my foot in the door. So during that year, I had to get a visa.
Okay.
To get into America. I needed to have that acceptance letter from the school, and I also needed to have funds in my bank account to show that I can pay for school.
What did you do? What job did you have?
So I got a sales assistant in a variety store.
A what?
A variety store. So it's these stores that you can find anything in it.
Kind of like Walmart here, or
Kind of like Walmart, yeah.
Superstore,
Yeah, you know,
okay.
you find clothes, you find a variety store, yeah.
Okay.
I worked there for maybe like 9 or 10 months.
Okay.
I worked, and I was also doing classes. Well, not classes. I was also doing like certification stuff. So I went and got a pharmaceutical certificate. I was doing my SATs also. That was a requirement of the school. I did Spanish courses, sign language, and a few other certificates I got in that time, just to kind of keep my mind a little active. So I eventually did go through the process of getting my visa. And as soon as I got my visa, I was able to come over here to go to school.
To America?
To America.
Okay.
Yes.
Not Lake Charles
Not
yet?
Lake Charles yet.
Okay. All right.
I actually came in through New York to stay with my aunt and my uncle in New Jersey.
Okay.
They was going to help me get situated and then take me over to Cincinnati at that point in time. However, there was a mix-up on my part. So the school that I'm a first generation college student.
Got you.
So everything that was going on, I was learning for the first time.
Sure.
And the funds that the school was requiring for, I believed it was TT dollars, Trinidad dollars. I didn't know it was for for American dollars. Yeah. So when I did get here, I got here about, it was more than 30 days before the start of school.
Okay.
And reached out to the school to find out, okay, things that I needed to do when I got there, and the dorms, and when I had to pay school fees and stuff like that. And that's when I found out that the mistake happened, that it was double the amount, triple the amount that my mom would be able to afford to pay for school. And so because I couldn't pay for the school fees, I had to either enroll into the school or I needed to transfer to another school. But also getting there early was also another mistake. So with international students, all international students would know this, you're not supposed to come to the States more than 30 days prior to the start of your school.
Really?
You would, yes. So you would be in violation of your F1 visa. So
oh my gosh.
I came to America and I was in violation of my visa, and then the school fees that also happened, and so the next best thing to do was to transfer to another school.
Okay.
So I started a community college, and I went through the process of getting into that school at the very last minute, and they was willing to help reinstate me. So in order to get reinstated, I needed to be in an institution, I needed to be in school, and they was willing to reinstate me. However, I needed a sponsor. And
yes. I know about sponsors and all, yes.
There was a family situation that was happening between my mom and my dad, and it kind of passed off into the entire family, and then it kind of fell onto me and my aunt and my uncle who I was staying with. A situation just happened, and they were questioning if they wanted to really sponsor me through school.
Okay.
My mom is telling me that my grandfather in New York is going to come and get me, and I would go and stay with them. I was just going with the flow.
Right, yes, yes.
I don't know what to do.
Right.
At the end of the day, I knew I spoke my truth. I stood on my truth. To this day, I stand on my truth.
Absolutely.
And I guess it didn't really get me to where I needed.
You were developing your independence.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so one thing led to the other, and my grandparents came and got me. And I left. I left New Jersey and I went to New York.
Okay.
And the problem with that was my school was in New Jersey.
Oh my goodness.
And I was going through the reinstatement for school, so I couldn't just leave because I had just got into the school and stuff like that. So my mom and my stepdad became my sponsors.
Okay.
My mom didn't have.
Because in order to be here, every international student needs a sponsor in order to stay here for any amount of time. And I don't know if many people know about that.
No,
so
a lot of
it's
people
not just
don't.
about being accepted by the university.
You need to
have
have
to
the
go
funds.
through this whole other standard,
Yes.
high, a bar that
Yes.
that you have to be sponsored.
Yes.
So, and they have to pay money, right? To sponsor you, there's a financial. Okay, all right.
So what ended up happening was the funds that I worked for that year was transferred into my mom's bank account, and so it showed on the statements that we had the funds to help me through school.
Yes.
And I moved to New York with my grandparents, and it was like a 2-hour commute.
Wow.
Back and forth. So I was taking the train, I was taking the bus just to get to school.
And all the way back.
And all the way back. So sometimes I would leave for school 5 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I wouldn't be back until like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
Just because the classes that I had signed up for.
Yes, it's a community college in New Jersey, and okay.
I was leaving Brooklyn, New York, and I was going to, I can't remember, Essex County in New Jersey.
Essex County, okay, all right.
So that was a task.
Yes.
But you would think that the journey would get easier. I didn't mind the commute, but you would think it would get easier.
Yes.
It didn't.
Oh gosh.
It really didn't. If anything, it got harder. And I remember days where I would cry and I would want my mom, because even though I was with my grandparents, this is the first time I'm actually meeting my grandfather and his wife and his daughter.
Okay.
I didn't know their way of living or how they lived or what they valued and what they,
Right.
I didn't know any of that.
Yes.
And I was taking a time to get to just know them.
Yes.
But it
Absolutely.
it was very hard because they had their own way of living and I grew up one way. So it had us clashing at times.
How long did that last? Did you go,
It lasted I stayed with my grandparents about 9 months.
Okay.
I love them. They tried with me.
Okay.
They tried. It just was, as I said, two different lifestyles coming together.
Yes. Yes.
Made for difficult.
Yes. Yes.
And they are now meeting me as well. They don't know me. They have to also get to know me.
Okay.
And not only that, I was still in the process of getting my reinstatement. And because I was in the process of getting my reinstatement, I could not work.
Wow.
And that made all the pressure fall on my mom. So she had to send money for me to go to school, to get, my grandparents helped with getting me a couple jackets for the winter and I guess shoes for my feet for the cold.
Okay.
But again, they had their lives before I got there.
Sure.
And they had a system that works for them.
Yes.
And when you invite somebody else into your home, that's
Yes.
that
makes perfect sense.
right.
Yes.
So eventually, over time, my mom had to send more money for help with groceries and to help with to go wash my clothes or to get hair products.
Right.
And
Yes.
stuff.
Okay.
And I felt the more my mom had to send for me, I felt bad because I chose this. I chose to come out here, and I didn't think about the hardship that was going to come with being out here.
Yes.
And it was difficult. So I would cry and I'd tell mom, let me just come home because it would save you from having to, send all
Yes.
send the money that she was sending.
And she said, no, you need.
She kept encouraging me. She said, no, we're going to figure it out.
There we go.
And then Trinidad, she really was. I love my mom. My cousins here in Lake Charles had reached out to my mom back home because they heard that I was out here and, they just wanted to check in with me, make sure that I was okay. And my mom told me, call them, talk to them. They're here to listen to you. And for months, I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm not going to burden another family,
Yes.
I'm not going to burden another family with my stuff and my struggles and all of these things that I'm going, that was going on. Like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yes.
And she's like, it's okay. They're here for you.
Yes.
And this is my mom's first cousin, so she knows them a lot better than I do.
Yes. Yes.
And then the struggle really, really, really hit. My grandparents they were more, okay, your mom needs to send more. There was kind of.
Okay, they were asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So phone bills,
yes.
everything. So the pressure was on now.
Yes.
And they were saying it was to make me independent. And I understood it. I needed to be independent, but I couldn't work at the same time.
Exactly.
So it's like,
yes. It limits you.
So the more they spoke about it, the more they was like, we're not going to leave you hungry, but you need to be able to manage your own food. You need to be able to cook. And imagine having to cook when I come back from school 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
So the pressure was on.
Yes.
It was on. And the closer, as the time went by, I sank deeper and deeper into a state of mind where it was a struggle to get up. I felt like it was a struggle to get up.
Yeah.
But I always felt also like I needed to smile just to, make them feel like I was okay.
Yes.
But I didn't feel happy.
Okay.
And I was still going to school. I was taking this 2-hour commute to get to school, and I was still going to do reinstatement with immigration and all of that. And about a month before I came to Lake Charles, I got my reinstatement.
You got what?
I got my reinstatement. So my visa, I was legally in the country, and I was like, yes. It's like, good.
You didn't need a sponsor anymore.
I still need my sponsor.
Okay,
but to just to go to school and stuff like that, I still need my sponsor. So but it was a pressure off me. At least now I can try to get a job on campus.
Yes.
And that was another problem now, is that international students are only allowed to work on their school's campus for 20 hours a week.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So 20 hours a week. As soon as I got my reinstatement, the same day I was looking for jobs on campus. I was asking anybody I can find on campus to try to find a job, because I needed a job. I needed to help my mom. I wasn't getting nothing.
Really?
Nothing. I was like, Lord, what are you doing? What are you doing? I am here. I'm trying. Please reach me halfway. I reached out to my cousin because my mom couldn't. It definitely was time. My mom had reached rock bottom. It was still during COVID. Trinidad was still going through the stuff in COVID.
Yes.
And my mom wasn't working like she was working before.
Of course.
So to be able to send funds for me was difficult.
Yes.
And my cousin was the one that, before I even got my reinstatement, she was helping. She was sending money for me.
Very nice.
And I don't think I even told my grandparents that. I don't know if they knew, but my mom stopped sending money for me. My cousin helped me out along the way. And close to the end of spring 23, that was last year. Yes, last spring. Yes. She said she'd come out here for vacation.
Yeah.
And
check things out.
She was like, yeah, you come spend the summer with us. And I was like, you know what? I need the break. I need to feel like I'm home again. I need to be around people who understood how I was raised back home.
Yes.
And they was raised with my grandparents back home, so they have an understanding of how,
yes.
And I was like, you know what, I need it. I need it. It's going to give me to claim my head. So I called my mom. I said, hey, is it okay if I go? I know, I'm still out here. I was calling my mom for permission to come to come and spend time with my cousin. I called her, asked her, is it okay? She's like, as long as it's okay with, my grandparents, it was okay for me to go. I was like, okay, cool. As soon as school ended, 2 days after, I was on a flight over here.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was supposed to be vacation.
Right.
And as you can see,
Yes.
I'm still here.
It became something else. And so you finished 1 year at the community college over there. Did they transfer here, the classes?
Yes, they did.
Outstanding.
It did.
Outstanding.
I transferred to McNeese 2 weeks before the start of school last year.
Wow. Okay.
And it wasn't by choice.
Okay. What happened?
I was supposed to go back to New York after a month of being here.
Okay.
And I was then supposed to go home. My grandparents was going to send me home to see my mom because they saw that I was going through a lot, and they figured that, you know, I probably wanted to go home, spend time with my.
Yes.
And while I was here, they called and they said, well, I'm not going again.
Right.
You know,
yes.
They asked if what I was going to do, if I was going to come back or if I was going to stay.
Okay.
So I told them, I was like, you know, let me ask my cousin if it's okay for me to stay the rest of the summer with them, and I'm going to stay because I was enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I was around people. I had 2 other cousins around my age, and it was nice just getting to know them, my auntie, my older cousins, my second cousins, you know. I felt comfortable. I felt like me for the first time since I got here.
Nice.
You know, so I figured, okay, I'm going to stay the whole summer with them, and I'm going to go back for school.
Okay.
And 2 days after my birthday, all hell broke loose. Oh my God.
What happened?
As I said, you know, our lifestyles was different.
Sure.
They didn't like some of the things that I probably would do, and they had a certain way of, you know, how they wanted to
Yes.
live or portray, you know, their lifestyle.
Yes.
And I think I had posted something on a picture with a song on my Facebook for my birthday, like, you know, hey, it's your birthday, we're gonna party like it's your birthday, and that was a problem. Yeah.
So she didn't like what you had posted.
Yes.
Okay.
Which it wasn't anything.
Okay.
It was literally my cousins had taken me out for dinner for my birthday, and it was me with my little cousin in front of the car taking a picture, and then the song playing.
Okay.
You know, called my mom. They spoke to my mom. I don't know how the conversation went, and then my mom called me back, and she was like, "Transfer." I'm like, "What? Like, what do you mean just transfer? Like, like what?" Because my auntie had already was telling me, like, you know, you don't have to go back to New York. Like, you can stay here with us. Like, you know, you're home now.
Yes.
You know, she's telling me, and I was like, no, I'm already in that school. I don't want to be jumping. I have 1 more year at the community college. I'm gonna do it, and if anything, I can always transfer here. Like, you know.
Yes.
So my mom said, you know, transfer. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then she explained to me what they said, and you know, I guess they felt like they couldn't take care of me anymore, or like I would be, I guess, happy.
Sure. Yes.
Somewhere else.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm in Louisiana. All my stuff is at their house.
Okay.
And my school is over there.
Yes.
You know, when I come back, where am I gonna go?
Yes.
Who am I gonna, you know, like it wasn't something thought out, and I don't blame them, you know, for not being able to accommodate me and who I am as a person. But the way it went about, it made it difficult. I was in Louisiana, and I was looking for places in New York to go back to.
Yes.
You know, or places around the school, and the community college didn't have a dorm where I could, you know, say, yeah, I'm a...
Right, that's right. Yes.
Right. So my cousins really showed out, all of them. All of them. My cousins in New York and then my cousins in Louisiana, they all showed out. My cousins in New York, they went and got my stuff at my grandparents' house. My cousins over here and my auntie, they helped me get into McNeese.
So they brought it here?
They didn't bring it here, but they got it out the house for me because they gave me a timeline to come get my stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, and because I was here, I can't just say I'm going to go back and,
yes.
You know, and people might wonder, why I didn't go stay with my cousins in New York? My cousin in New York was also living 2 hours away from the school, and she was living with somebody. She wasn't living on her own. She was living with somebody.
Gotcha.
You know, so it's not like I could just ups and go to her place.
Yes.
You know, so my cousins, they got my stuff. They kept it for me, and when I had the opportunity, I went to New York. I got my stuff. I never saw my grandparents since I left their house for vacation.
Okay, yes.
And I came back here, and it has been tremendous. I got I have gotten 2 scholarships already.
Oh,
I have
goodness.
been I got my job. I'm doing these. I joined the speech and debate team. I have been to like 8 states so far in the year that I've been here. You know, so I don't look at my time in New York and New Jersey as bad.
Right.
I look at it as a stepping stone and something that I had to overcome. You know, to
Absolutely.
be where I am now.
That is such a great perspective.
You
That's
know,
wonderful.
and I love each and every individual that I have met back in New York. My aunt, my uncle who first catered to me when I got here, my grandparents who took me in after.
Yes.
Because without them, I wouldn't make it here.
Yes.
You know, I wouldn't be with my aunts and my cousins here right now to go to school, to be at McNeese.
Very mature
you know,
way to look at it, and that's wonderful.
So
That's
it
good.
definitely was a journey. I recently got my lifeguard certificate as well.
Lifeguard?
Yes.
That's excellent.
I go to the BCM, that's the Baptist College Ministry.
What is that? Baptist Collegiate Ministry, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Done a few mission trips with them as well. You know,
Wonderful.
getting involved in the community. I started up along with the help of a few other individuals, a group of young ladies. Started the Women in Leadership organization here at McNeese. I'm the president of that org.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I definitely have made some.
Yes,
some
you have.
steps.
You have made some steps and thriving here.
I am. The road is gonna look tough.
Okay.
It's gonna, at times you're gonna feel like giving up.
Okay.
You're gonna question why it is I'm here. Why am I doing this? Is it worth it? Where is it gonna carry me? All the different questions you can possibly think of is gonna come to mind. But you need to hold on to what it is that you set out to do. You need to hold on to, you know, the goal that you put there for yourself and keep working towards it. Surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you and uplift you and who is going to motivate you to keep moving. For me, if it wasn't for my mom continuously behind me, I don't think I would have been here. I would have gone home a long time.
Yes.
You know, even though she's back home, I always felt her presence with me.
Yes.
Because she would always, you know, if she had to stay on the phone with me while I cry,
Yes.
she's going to stay on the phone with me.
Exactly.
Another person too that you know I'm grateful for is my stepfather. I love him a lot because he stepped up. He stepped up. I'm not his daughter by blood, but he stepped up.
Yes.
And if my mom couldn't do it, he was gonna get it done. He's gonna call
Very
me.
Special man.
He's gonna call me. Hey, do you have money? And if he has to find a way to get it, he was going to do it. If he has to take an extra shift to get it, he's going to do it. You know, he has been a pillar for me as well, and I have taken him for granted too because I didn't realize just how much he was doing for us. You know, and for somebody to take care, as I said, I'm not his daughter by blood,
Right.
but for him to step up and to take care of me and to make sure that I'm okay and to make sure that my siblings are okay.
Yes.
That,
To commit to being a father.
yes,
That's
you know.
beautiful.
So
Well,
I definitely love him. I didn't say his name earlier. His name is Denzel actually.
what is it?
Denzel.
Denzel, like
Yes.
Denzel Washington.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Okay.
I definitely, as a strain from the topic, but yes, find a support system. People that's going to encourage you, people that's going to motivate you, who's going to be there with you, and who's not going to pull you down. You know, my friends as well has also been that pillar.
Yes.
You know, so that would be my advice, not just for international students, but also for any student.
Anybody overcoming a great challenge.
Yeah,
like that. So
definitely.
wonderful advice. Thank you. Thank you so
Always grab every opportunity.
much.
It might look like, oh no, this wouldn't be for me. Apply for it. An internship, apply for it. Any job offerings you see, apply for it. You want it, you need to go for it, because you are out here and you're away from family. You're away from people that you grew up with. You're away from a culture that you knew. You're in a different country. So every opportunity that you have, you need to hold on to it. You wouldn't know what's good for you actually unless you actually try it.
Yes.
So I would
Yes.
definitely say, as an international student, yes, things do come around tough for us because we are limited to certain things based on our visa
Yes.
and the way our visa is set up. But there's also ways to get around that and, accomplish things the right way.
Yes.
The right way.
Yes.
So I would definitely say hold on to every opportunity you have. Hold on to anything that presents itself to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Learn to forgive.
Beautiful.
Learn to forgive. People are put in your parts for a reason, and at that time I didn't see it, and I wanted to hate my grandfather for not standing up for me. I wanted to, hate my aunts and my uncle, my father for, putting the trivial matters between my mother and my father onto me, looking at me as, I wanted to hate everybody. I wanted to be angry. I wanted to be mad. And it took me realizing that if they didn't do what they happened, if things didn't flow the way that it did, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything that I did this year. I wouldn't have been here this year. I probably would have still been in New York. I probably would have been on a flight back home before I even made it to New York.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
learn to forgive because they're just doing their part in what the world has for you ultimately lined up.
Wonderful advice. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for sitting down and sharing this with me and with all of us.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be here, to tell my story, to give it from my perspective. I know everyone has their own way of overcoming everything, and I hope you all see the positive side of, anything that you face. Get up in the morning and remind yourself that you are alive. You are here, you're breathing.
Exactly.
You have breath in your lungs.
Something.
You can do something, so get up and do it.
Yes.
I always tell people this, like, your voice, especially with the women's group that I'm in right now, your voice matters. Your opinions, they do matter. Don't make anybody make you feel like you don't matter.
Yes.
So get up and, do
That's
something.
a wonderful thing. If somebody else is speaking,
Yeah.
I'm going to respect them, and then I'm going to speak. And I want
Yes.
everybody to have that right and
Exactly.
that moment
Exactly.
of speaking their opinion and mind. And so thank you very much for that. It has been an honor, and it's so good to meet you. And
Thank you for having
thank
me.
you so much. And thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. And I hope you learned something as much as I did. And I hope you're going to be listening to Soka this afternoon also. So thank you so much for listening. Take care.